What's up, y'all? Hey, I just wanted to show y'all something. I finally put in my shop to use on these rainy days and everything. It took me 2 days to do this. Well, probably 3, taking the transfer cases apart. But I just want to show y'all something, what I did, because some people said that it was probably going to be impossible, or I could get a 6.5 to 1 gear reduction kit for, forget how much it was. I think around 500 maybe or more. Just quoting that off the top of my head. But so went and picked up another Samurai divorce transfer case from Kenny at Soggy Bottom in Ocala. Picking it up reasonably cheap. Thanks for that, Kenny. But so this is what I did. I put dual divorce transfer cases in my Samurai platform buggy. I'll show you all what I did. Now some of it ain't perfect. I don't have all these nice big machines to be building crap and everything with, so this is all pretty much cut, place, recut, replace, then weld, then bolt. Just about everything I put on here I can unbolt off this buggy. There's a few pieces that I did weld. I built like a cradle / diaper for the rear divorce case, and it is actually completely unboltable to where if I had to tear the case apart, I can get the case apart, and you know, once it's all said and done, everything runs good, drives good, I'll take everything apart and paint it and whatnot. But this is what I did. Normally this would be a jack shaft that goes to the first case, which would in the stock position would be back here. What I did was I literally just took that yoke, that drive shaft out, and put a yoke to yoke on a universal joint, just like some of us do in the big trucks, but this is just a smaller version, and then just bolted the flange up to the regular transfer case right there. Transfer case is clocked up into about from the stock position, it'd be about in the 2 o'clock position right here. Only issue is when you do this, obviously I have a lot more room than a Suzuki Samurai with a body on it, but 4-wheel drive shifter, these are both going to stay in low range at all times. It's just a creeping buggy. But I got to put a plug in that one. The rear one I might put a shifter in since I do have room for a shifter, but right now I'm going to plug them up with something, and that way no mud or anything gets in them. But anyhow, that would go to the 4-wheel drive. That flange, okay, it's not going to be hooked to nothing. And you come back here, and this is where they join together. That's just a spacer that actually came off the front drive shaft originally. I put that in there. Not really sure how it's going to work. Hopefully it doesn't crack or anything. I don't see why it would, but this is still going to be tested. This transfer case is actually bolted to the bottom. Stock bolts, stock mounts. I just build a piece of angle, it comes back. It's all unboltable. It's all strong. This is actually an original mount to a transfer case on one side of it. So instead of cutting it off, I put it to use. There's the cradle. It's a 2-piece cradle or diaper for the transfer case. It goes all the way around. I actually put another bolt in up top just to kind of help it out. On this side you can actually see the drive shaft angles are freaking awesome and perfectly in line. I did put one more extra brace on the cradle. It is welded to this piece, but it is bolted to the cradle on the second transfer case. Just got to be unbolted and painted. Tried to keep it as high as possible, so I mean really my front axles are a little bit, probably 6 inches or so lower than that, but this transfer case is obviously clocked 12 o'clock up and down, straight up and down. The only issue that I may run into is I don't know about the oil slingers in these. Whether or not it's going to get good oil, I'm going to fill it up as best as I can, which, I mean, that's going to be a drain plug, well, a fill plug probably, and that's going to be a drain plug. I don't see why they couldn't work. The front case, I'm not too worried about it because it's not turned or clocked extreme like this one, but we'll see how it goes. The rear drive shaft, I had to actually take a 1/2 inch out of the slip yoke. That's all I needed to do to it, and it bolted right up. The front, I'm going to actually get another of the aluminum spacer and put on the front. And I mean, it's bolted up right now, but I got about 1.5 inches of the slip yoke that it's only riding on, so if it was articulating pretty good, it probably ain't going to work all that great. So I'm going to put that spacer on there. Let me come around to the other side and show y'all. Oh shit, really? Alright, well, that ain't going to work. The damn light just took a crap. I don't know if we can see it from over here or not. A little bit. My light will turn on or not. Yeah, there we go. Alright. This is another front case mount. Bolts up here to a stock bolt. I welded this part to the frame, so this actually unbolts. This will stay where I can work on the transfer case. I got a few things to take off, like brackets and stuff that's in the way. That's where the shifter would go on the second transfer case, obviously. I may have room for it, I may not. I mean, like I said, it's probably just going to stay in double O's anyhow. This side of the 2-piece cradle or diaper comes down. I notched this out. This is bolted, so this whole piece can be unbolted off, and welded it down to the frame there. But like I said, drive shaft angles, I mean, can't really see the pinion, but perfect, in line with everything. I mean, this went together freaking awesome, and literally it did not take me that long. You know, I worked on it from about noon today till I finished it up about 10-15 minutes ago. So we're gonna try it out this weekend, maybe, depending on how everything goes. I still got to test run it, but it is going to be pretty low geared. It turned the tires pretty good to begin with. They're 39.5s. Only issues, you know, I probably got to worry about breaking axles. The rear end's welded. But I just want to show y'all what I came up with and how everything turned out. I mean, this is my first big job on this buggy since I got it. And I did something similar like this to my big Ford. But, I mean, everybody does that to them big trucks. I actually just only have two 205s in it, which I got a 200 to put in it, so that'll be the next project coming in. But for a cool little buggy, and some people thought it was a stupid idea and probably wouldn't work or anything. Well, this is how it turned out, and it's going to get a cooler strapped on the front, slam full of beer, and get ready for some testing and tuning. And hunting season will be around the corner. Got the old jams up there. We got to put another seat over here on the other side. Might do away with this seat just because it looks like crap, but for now it's working. And I'm going to put a small winch on the back, move the gas tank around, make everything look a little bit better, and all new shock bushings because they are gone and it's kind of tipsy. Also got wheel spacers to put on it too. But anyhow, I just wanted to give y'all a rundown on that. I thought that was pretty cool. Everything turned out awesome. I couldn't be more happy with it. So, alright, y'all have a good evening.